Salutations! It's the day before Valentine's Day, so that means another year of my official YouTube-run making content has come and gone. I want to take just a moment of time here to reflect. 2024 was a mixed bag of a year for me. I spoke and praised about me taking a chance and being part of the Strange Rebel gaming community on Discord on other videos, but what else was going on was more than just one or two personal struggles. I even had some more than one or two hospital stays in 2024. Yeah, like I said, a lot of personal struggles on and off YouTube. Like I was multitasking between being active and online on Discord, something I never did way back when it started, and I had joined channels of Let's Plays and friends of the past, like KZX, Kinda Sky, Calamity Carl, Phantom Savage, Chicken Fajita 12, etc. Before all that, though, there was a time before I even started Let's Plays. Me and my old man's Windows Vista and a PlayStation 2 karaoke mic were my instruments in my very first Skype call. Oh, remember Skype? Made some friends I've never said publicly aloud, I don't think, on this channel ever. Looking back at my soul searching and reflecting, I owe some long overdue props and shout-outs, too, because they helped develop the Searching for Rinoa persona you know now, for better and worse. Sapphire Try, Amaya Suzuki, Shadow Queen Fate, Mushmallow, Ravent, Ches_Ray, aka Sora, they became my online friends on Skype calls as I developed the persona. The goofball who didn't mind taking a verbal hit in jest because we all got along, even with himself. Self-deprecation humor. I do that from time to time. One name in that group particular I left out on purpose because I owe a special long overdue props and shoutouts to Nicro. Necrotics something. I can't remember the full name. I apologize, but I called him Nicro for short. I think we all did. If you click the oldest tab when searching my videos, one of them will read searching for facts, or I got tagged. It was this way back when if you got tagged by another content creator, you had to make a short video revealing 5 facts about yourself. That was a far cry from being a bit more net and LP savvy, and there certainly weren't many videos regarding how to do. I had a YouTube at the time, but I never uploaded anything. It'd at least be another Christmas before I got my Hapag and started doing that. Before then, I was just there to comment and keep liked videos on a playlist. I don't even remember what archaic uploading device Nicro used, but that video would not exist without his time and effort to record my speaking into what was probably a $15 headset mic, and then Nicro makes the image on the video, my image, that I had my YouTube profile, so you even have something to look at during. So it's just that, and we just talking for like 5 or 7 minutes. You can actually hear him in the video. Gumshoe. That's Nicro.
Hello, this is Searching for Rinoa. I got tagged by Kinda Sky. The same Kinda Sky that shoots rockets from her shoes. And also
So I owe a lot of thanks, especially to you, Nicro. It's super long overdue. I don't know where most of you even are anymore, but I hope I could brighten your days back then as you did mine, and I hope all of you are happy and healthy. Deep down, even now, I feel like this bitterness and deep self-loathing myself for what I felt like when I struck out on my own when I started to do the Let's Play. While I didn't chase the bag, I chased the dream, the desire to create and entertain. For that, I even say a little thank you to, not really my nemesis, but my Donnie Don't of Let's Players and Darkside Phil. I watched him chase the bag, and I realized, maybe I shouldn't do that, because then contracts back then, there wasn't like nowadays it's all like sponsors and stuff like that, but back then you signed I think contracts to partners and other stuff like that. I was like, if I did that, I wasn't sure. It always felt shady. It wouldn't be Searching for Rinoa Presents, but whoever I was beholden to in the background, which I owe my wariness to my shitty retail job back then. I already had a boss that didn't know what the fuck they were doing at that job. I didn't want that and have some, risk it for my hobby. So my schedules, my videos, my way. But in going for that soon became all I did once I really got going. When I wasn't eating or sleeping, I was in practice or upload. That time spent on that, not so much anybody else. It became kind of a juggling act, and I know a lot of them, like, they just went off and did their own thing. I think Amaya and Sapphire Tri are, like, married now, so congrats. When I went on Skype years later, I remember Nicro being upset about it, thinking, I was acting like too high and mighty, too good for him, and I remember apologizing, like, it was like, no, it was not intentional at all. I just wasn't using Skype anymore. I don't even remember what took over that time period. Discord wasn't exist back then. This was like long ago. Like, this was like maybe like my first, second year, like that long ago of Let's Play. I also struggle even now with finding words to say whenever I have to get real. I'm gonna edit the shit out of this. You're hearing me struggle now with what to say. Autism doesn't exactly give me the sharpest wit. Hell, this whole thing is, if I'm not doing reaction content, and even some of that is like scripted to say what I want to say at the beginning and stuff like that. I might script something out if I have like a really fun joke in it. But yeah, this whole thing, I'm reading off a notepad script right now, so as to not go too off into a tangent. Something I remember in like my older like YouTube days or something like that. I was like, oh, it's what you call it, without saying what exactly is, because I'm trying to find the words and I don't have the word in here. So I just say what you call it, whether you know what that what you call it is or not. That's what you look back on some of my videos, I do that. The focus was me on my content. At the time, I finally made something. As the creators, entertainers, watch a lot of TV, movies, all the comedians and stuff like that. It's like, I made something. I built something. This is mine. I have knowledge of these PS2 games, and I can showcase that. Back then, they were more like practice, and do like the videos back then were like just, okay, I practiced. Now I know the jokes I'm going to say. Now it's just I upload whatever. Now I just upload and just go. Wanted to make something people would like and remember and keep watching back and again, like a funny rerun. Fast forward to all the way to as 6 months earlier, I'm in the emulation's a hell of a drug, which ended up being a gateway one in comparison to knowing how to map a rewind button so I could churn out content for the sake of making it on the old school stuff. I fell off. I know that now. It's a far cry away from like, okay, like I would practice the game, come up with stuff I would want to say, and write that down even back then. And then it's like, okay, I can hit these notes and I'll know how to say this here. That's why I think I like a lot of my early content, because that was a little bit scripted and a little bit practiced. That's like, okay, I know this happens here, that sort of thing. Just slowly learning the ways. But yeah, 6 months ago, the rewind button. Why do I say that? Because that's the time period I see now as I try to find a video. Mega Man Extreme Part 1. Not a single comment. Or so you believe. There was one I deleted that I'm paraphrasing. Basically, the gist of it was, oh, you're using rewind for every hit you take and mistake you make? Garbage. Me at 3, 4 a.m. in the morning, when I'm the only one in this now bigger house, an entire family instead of just myself back then, when I started, because the fucking state of the country's economy at this current place in time, I just saw that as like, oh, it's just an insult or shit post, and maybe it was, but as I'm prepping to set up an entire month of NES games, all of which use rewind to complete. Every single one. I looked at my 30 days / 2 uploads a day playlist and glassed the whole thing. I had it done. Do you know how much days it took to make 60 NES playthroughs and get them all uploaded before even September kicks off? I was lucky in that when I was like really like trying to get ahead of it. I'm not doing that so much these days. Shit posting or not, that person told the harsh but fair truth. I just wasn't hearing it at the time. I went from Let's Play to something that would have been Retsu Parade back in the day. Now, the PS4 stuff, I didn't have that issue, so I was like, okay, let me focus more on that a little bit. Also realizing that, as I stated in the beginning of my stream of Final Fantasy 1 and World of I'm doing it again. I'm doing the upload thing more and being on like the Discord and talking to people less. And I said at the beginning, oh, Brianna inspired this more than I would have liked. Now that looking back once again, I'm not lighting that fire anymore. I personally could feel I suffered from little Wick envy and stepped off the daily upload train. I bet Darkside Phil wishes he had that choice. Can't let the detractors win. Ever. Until you or YouTube ceases to exist, whichever comes first. Try as we might, we all have a shelf life. No one stays forever. Nothing lasts forever. But at least with this stopping point, like unlike the first time my Elgato HD60 crapped out and stopped my Ratchet and Tales of Grace's Let's Play cold, I'm like, okay, I'm getting to end the Let's Play. It's like, okay, this is it. I'm going to end on my terms and then just might do some videos here and there doing... Because I still got a kick-ass OBS. I'm not going to put that to waste and still make content. I got to do something. I'm just glad I stepped off before I, burnt out completely is what I'm saying. But yeah, even during those times, some of those videos, like, I had like a really bad back during the Kandagawa Jet Girls. I was probably messing with sitting around and doing that too much. Yeah, I'm also kind of reflecting on where Let's Plays are currently. You remember the names I brought up of KZ Excellent Kana Sky, that group. What they're doing doesn't really technically classify as Let's Playing anymore. They're all streaming. It's all off Twitch, all their YouTube stuff, and it's like 2-3 hours, what have you. The channels I mostly see on YouTube aren't even Let's Players themselves. The people I mentioned aren't Let's Players themselves. There's maybe like 1 or 2 people that I think are still kind of doing the Let's Play thing that I follow, and I don't even watch that. Because I'm mostly because again, I'm doing my own thing and trying to maintain that and stay a little more active in the Discord now, so I don't make the same mistake I made in Skype. Another person that more recently stepped off uploading altogether that really made me think and wanted like this thing was like, okay, now I see. I need to make this video talk about all of this. I have to bring up Nedinez00, who most of you remember more as the uploader formerly known as Valkyrie Aurora. More than a week ago, I come to find she's done streaming altogether, and I said her farewells. I remember hearing her from... I'm like, oh, I remember. It was like older KZX Kingdom Hearts content I was just flipping through while I'm multitasking. I'm listening to that while I'm playing something else on my PS4 or whatever. But yeah, I'm like, oh, I remember finding her channel. I remember liking her stuff. Gaming, her really in-depth talks about the Yoko Taro verse, how someone from Sweden actually would pronounce a Swedish name in Lars Alexanderson. I remember Lars. I'm probably butchering it. I apologize. I don't know the reasons why the change to the VTuber meant glassing her older content. But a person is entitled to their own content in wanting to showcase it or not, regardless of how the fan base felt. That I at least knew. I'm like, well, what happened? And people are like pissed off and trying to re-upload it. And I think she herself was like, can you not do that, please? Can you respect what? Yeah, I'm just like, just came off as their fan base being like just a little bit disrespectful. But I'm like, okay, maybe she's gonna grab the bag and VTuber them and hopefully join in like a whatchamacallit. I wish her the best of luck. Now recently, she had to take her own hand off the content railway. And I personally just, whatever she's doing, I just hope she's happy and she's healthy. That's the message I'm trying to relay. My final thought, basically. As content creators, y'all should keep this in mind, and this is addressed to current and anybody looking to make content, no matter what their reasonings be, bag or no bag, whatever it is. Think of yourself first and foremost. Put effort into what you do for sure, but put love in it too, and don't do it at like the expense. We've all seen over the years people burn out and losing their love for it. Extreme cases, I feel like some people would burn out and not live to take the hand off the rail. Content creation feels like more of a marathon than a full-on sprint just from start to finish. So pace yourself. Take care of yourself, and thanks for watching.